Shalom Akim. I'm gonna give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahushai Bashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to elders and apostles of GMS who teach and rule well, and salutations to all the Akim in all four corners of earth who's pushing his truth and sincerity. Shalom Akim. Yeah, I wanna seen this a little video on YouTube, and I tried to find like a still picture, but I really couldn't find it, and it was just showing how, you know, they're programming the people to get ready for these different type of robots, particularly this Optimus Gen 2, the Tesla bot, is what's been pumping around in commercials, and they're really trying to sell this for a cheap price right now. I think $20,000 to $30,000 you can get it for. You know, this Boston Dynamics Atlas bot is the runner-up. The HD Atlas was the first one, and they were trying to sell that one for like a couple $100,000 when it was first dropped a few years ago. But this Tesla bot they came out with is they're saying it's more affordable for the $20,000 range. You seen stars getting it. I heard on line the gangbangers were talking about getting it. So they could stick it on their ops and stuff like that. Jake's all about folly. Esau and these heathen are building these things for your black ass, but you think it's a game. You think everything is all about jokes and fun. But these things are gonna be turning on the people very soon. There's different clips of them, zonking out and just doing what they want to do, and whether it be kicking and punching things. I was watching. I did a video a while back at a plant. Because not only are these robots that are walking around and gonna supposed to be able to help you, you also have the different hydraulic robots on your jobs and stuff. And it was a plant. It was in China, and one of the hydraulic arms had went around and was just doing this movement, what it was programmed to do. And a goofy human got in the way of it and got crunched in the middle of it. And the robot kept turning and doing his job. Well, the people were running up and they're banging on the robot like the robot got feelings. It has no feelings, It just knows to do the movement it was programmed to do. And that's what it was doing. So the person got crushed all into it, and turned into a horror scene, But that's just one incident. There's plenty of numerous incidents that they are hiding, and they're talking about happens at their plants and stuff, at their factories where they're building these things. How the robots are just going off the chain, man. They're going crazy, And this is what Esau has, man. And this is what he's going to unleash upon the world, man. Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth they have but a short time, man. So yes, this devil is going to continuously try to create, these different robots, these different they got the dog robots, they got all sorts of different robots they have out, man. We could even go down to the Gundam robots. I've seen footage of those years ago. Those are being built. I could believe that they're going to try to keep those on high taps, because those are more for warfare. I've seen them with loading guns and rockets on them, and it wasn't a CGI. It was just a real type of robot they're working on in China and stuff. Them Gundam robots that we used to play with, like the GoBot type big, huge robots, man. This devil is all about warfare, man. And he's gonna put these things on the people of the earth. He's gonna unleash them on the people of the earth, man. Proverbs 4:16. For they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. So like I said, these robots, they're coming. They're saying they're peaceful. They say they're coming to help, because that's all they've been showing. These different robots. This this China one. I want to say, there was an earthquake. It was the dogs, because these are the upright human ones. They have the dog ones too, and they had the dog ones out there, and they were going up the mountains. And they said these are used to find the people in all the rubble where the earthquake happened. They're getting to places where humans can't go. So they're going to continuously try to play on people's emotions and play on your weakness, Or since a human can go over there, we're going to send a robot over there, just to butter the people up, man. you know. But at the end of the day, it's all about that violence, man. You know, these robots can be weaponized, man, and are going to be weaponized, plain and simple, man. You know, when the drones came out, they were sitting there, oh, this is something cool just to fly in the air and play around with and record yourself, make HD videos with and all this. And then what happens? They sent those drones down in South America. What happened? They tried to kill one of the presidents down there, you know, came in and they weaponized those drones. They've had missiles or some type of explosion things on them, man, you know. Look at the wars going on over in Ukraine right now. You know, they've weaponized the drones again. They put shotguns, grenade launchers, all sorts of things to kill their enemies. They put them on these drones, you know. And even before that, you got the drones, the other type of drones they've been using for warfare. You know, the ones that look like airplanes. When a kid could be in Arizona and bombing stuff in Yemen and you know, in those points over in the Middle East, and that's a different type of drone, man. So Esau has always been trying to condition in people's minds that these robots are here to help you, but at the end of the day, they are here to kill you, and they're going to do the work that Esau needs them to do. You know, this is Matthew 24 and 22, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Yeah, and we need these days shortened because this is what the devil is programming the people to be your safety. These are going to be your safety protocols, you know. And when you think about it, throughout the years, from I'm 80s baby, you know, we've always seen Bionic Man. We've seen there was a show called Vicky with the little android girl, you know, and they put the human skin on her, and you know, they tried to make it as close as a human, you know. And the little boy, he needed a sister, and they had Vicky, this robot. You know, it was a cute little heartfelt show, but it was programming the people's minds, you know. And at a young age, I was like, why do they keep coming up with these different half human, half android things? Because they're merging. Right now, we are at the time where they want to merge machine with human being, and we're seeing that, and we know what comes after that, man. You know, that little information they're gonna put inside your body, you know. It's going to have everything in your bank records, your medicine, and all that stuff. They're going to play on you like this is simple, this is good for you. You're helping out the medical industry. You're helping out yourself, you know. They always play upon the people's emotions, man. That's the way the Esau works, man, you know. Like I say, back to the Vicky robot show and things of that nature, we was kids watching this stuff, and they was trying to program you to make you, just to have you soft for these things, man. The Wallies, Short Circuit, you know, those are just different robots, but still, you know, they were still trying to just groom you. Even though, like I said at the beginning of the video, these Optimus Gen 2s, the people were saying that they look kind of spooky. So now they're putting the human faces on these things now. They're putting skin, the plastic skin like over their faces to make them look human. You know, going back to the show Vicky and stuff like that, or Bionic Man. You know, Westworld. You know, different. Esau had this movie called Westworld. I seen the original one. I haven't seen the new one. You know, the original one with the German guy. I can't think of his name right now. Something. He was a good actor. He has that real mean face. He's an Edomite from back in the World War II movies and stuff, man. He played the Germans all the time. But anywho, he was a good actor in that Westworld, where Esau had a type of fantasy island spot ran by nothing but androids. So if you wanted to go in the Roman times, you could go in the Roman times. If you wanted to go in the Western times, you could go in the Western times. If you wanted to go on, any type of the set the world was that your mind was on to go into that time frame, you could do it in the Westworld movie. And at the end of the day, the robots, you know, they clicked, they went crazy, you know. And like we already know, there ain't no, these robots just don't control themselves. It's somebody controlling them and puts these things into them, and then they go out and do it, you know. That's just what it is, man, you know. This is Psalm 146, and I'm going to start at, this is 146 and 9. The Lord preserveth the strangers. He revealeth the fatherless and widow. But the way of the wicked he turneth upside down. The Lord shall reign forever. even thy power, O Zion, unto all generations praise ye the Lord, man. You know, so yes, the wicked is going to be turned upside down. These wicked creations he's coming up with, they're not going to work. They're not going to even make it into the kingdom to come. You know, this is the end of all this wicked robots and all these merging it with humans and all that stuff, man. That's hogwash. That's some stuff that Esau wants to do, and you know, keep you farther and farther away from the Creator, man. That's his job, man. Keep you in the dark, keep you from knowing who you truly are, man. You know. But once again, yeah, this devil, he's up to something, and you know, like the scripture say, he got Revelation 12:12. You know, he's coming down with great wrath, man. So just be prepared for these different things, man. And the Lord is putting the Spirit upon His prophets to prophesy these things and show the people, you know, whether they believe or not. With that being said, I hope this is edifying. Shalom, Akim.